Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Parental Vision podcast. I'm your host, Tiana Caprice, and today I have the pleasure of speaking with William Ramirez, where we dive into the pool of generational curse breaking, taking accountability, and how important it is to be affectionate with your sons and your daughters. Take a look. Hi, William. Welcome to Parental Vision podcast.
How you doing?
I'm doing well. I can't complain. What about you?
I'm doing great. Regular?
Regular?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Thank you for taking the time to sit down with me today. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Absolutely. So obviously you're here.
Yeah.
Because you're a father.
Right.
So let's get right into that. How many children do you have? Tell me their ages.
Okay, I have 4 children. I have a son that's 20. He's in Texas.
Okay.
He's actually in school for nursing. I also have a daughter that's 18. She's in Texas. She works at Dunkin' Donuts, and she's cool. She's chilling. I also have a 8-year-old, and I have a 5-year-old, and they live with their mom right now, but we like co-parent.
Boy and girl? Or?
2 girls.
2 girls.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh my goodness. You're more of a girl dad.
Yeah, I am.
Wow.
I love them to death. They're my everything.
I love that. So you have 2 in Texas. So how did that come about? Different relationship?
That went back from, high school days. We were in high school together, and I had a relationship, and things didn't work out, but she got pregnant, and I tried to work it out with her, but she moved to Texas with her mom. I actually moved out there with her and try to, do the father thing and try to support her and do the relationship thing, and it just ain't work out. My son wasn't, actually I had twins with her, but one of my sons passed away at 3 months. And then I guess once that happened, once that death happened with my son, it kind of changed her. And it made her, I don't know if it just kind of like scarred her, and then the relationship it wasn't good after that.
I'm really sorry about your son.
No, I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
It's all good.
So how old were you though when you had your first one?
I was 18.
Oh wow.
I was 18. Yeah.
And how did you feel? Do you remember the initial feeling of like, oh my God, I'm gonna be a teen dad?
Yeah, I wanted to be a teen dad, but I also wanted to play basketball and do what I wanted, go to college and do that stuff. But, I just had to support her decision and do the best I can do and be there for my kids.
Wow.
So.
And was that an easy decision to make?
It wasn't easy. It was kind of hard, but at the end of the day, I had to do what I had to do. So.
Oh, wow. How did your parents take you having a baby at 18?
My mom, she was upset with it, and but she know I couldn't do nothing about it. It wasn't really my decision. I just really kind of had to support her decision. So that's what I was doing.
Wow. Okay, I see.
Yeah.
And then your second baby, how did she come about?
Well, all right, so we wasn't working out, so I went back to Connecticut. And you know how you try to spin the block and try to go back and make it work, and one thing happened, and then she got pregnant again.
Wow.
So that's how I have my second daughter. But it wasn't to be honest with you, it wasn't like we were beefing or anything like that. We was just trying to work it out, and it didn't work. But she got pregnant again, and then it was her decision again.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So, I told her that, during when she told me she got pregnant, she was like, oh, well, I'm pregnant. And I was just like, well, we're young. We just had lost a child, and then we got Tyree. I don't know what you want to do. And I never told her to get an abortion, nothing crazy like that. But I was like, I'll support your decision, because at the end of the day, we both lie down. So it's like, we got to do what we got to do.
I love that.
Yeah.
Accountability.
Yeah, you gotta take accountability. Like, what we doing? So she had her, and that was it.
Okay.
And, yeah.
How hard is it though, parenting your children from a whole different state? Let's talk about that.
All right. So she it was times like she'll move back to Connecticut for a couple of years, and then things wouldn't be going the way she wanted them to go, and then she'll just bounce again. But it was times that I used to travel to Texas all the time by myself. Like I'll take a flight like every other month or something like that, just to go down there and spend the weekend with them and try to do the house thing and the family thing, whatever you want to play house. We call it playing house.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll go down there, play house for the week or whatever, and then I'll come back to Connecticut and just get back to what I was doing. And I always was in their life. I was always trying to, let them know that they do have a father and I do care for them and I'll do anything to try to, make them comfortable. But it just got overwhelming over the years, and
What's your relationship with them like now?
My relationship with them is really good right now. Me and my daughter, we talk every day. We have great conversations. She's really smart. I'm proud of her. She's kind of like me in a way. She's very clever. She has a great personality. She has a lot of style, and she's just dope. My son, he's really dope too, but he's real cocky. You think he's a man, but he is. I mean, it's his time. I get it. He's 20. He's going to school to be a nurse right now, and I'm very proud of him. And he's great. He's a good kid. He has his whole future at him. I always tell him, like, bro, just slow down a little bit. But everything in Texas is a lot different from up here in Connecticut. So,
how so? If you don't mind me asking, yeah.
He like guns.
Oh, like that.
Yeah,
okay.
Like he likes to he has a hobby, like he collects guns, and he's only 20 years old. I'm like, bro, man, the shit he be showing me. It's like, if he was in Connecticut, your ass would be, yeah.
Not going for that. Yeah, it's not happening.
But that's just it. It's what it is. So. And
what about your little babies?
My little daughters, Callie and Coy. We have the best relationship ever. I adore them. I've been in their whole lives. I love spending time with them, taking them out on daddy-daughter dates and doing all the great things they want to do. Like we spend time all the time, but our main thing is just like we can't have dogs where we live at, but I make sure I take them to the pet store and we just go we call it window shopping, but we just go play with the puppies and we rent them out. Like, not rent them out, but it's like $5 to play with them or whatever. But I take them to do that. I take them to the park. I have conversations with them. I take them downtown. I like to walk with them. I feel like walking with your daughters and your kids is important because it's like a bond. You connect, like you're connecting with them. But I can also have their attention when we're walking because it's like I have them with me and I can ask them questions like, how's your day going? Or anybody's bothering you? How's school? And, I make sure I tell them that they're beautiful and that they're a queen. They can do anything they want in this world.
You affirm your daughters.
Yeah, definitely. All the time.
I love that.
Yeah, thanks. They're very, 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 very strong-minded. Like even when they're sitting down, I tell them to sit up, cross your legs, sit like a lady. And all that stuff, and hold your head up, pay attention, don't be the first one to speak, all that stuff. I mean, it's important because this world we living in, I mean, you got to be on it like that as a father because these other girls they dealing with, the little kids in their classes and all that stuff, they got so much going on. They just need to be on their game.
And were you like that with your oldest daughter as well?
I wasn't like that with her because it was like the distant, but I always wanted to be like that with her. But her mother did a great job with her. Like her mother is really, really, a good mom. I always tell her mother, like, I'm proud of you for the mother you are and for the things that you did. I know sometimes that we had our differences, but today, I'm proud of you. You did your thing, and that's it.
That's awesome. You gave her props.
Yeah.
I love that.
Definitely. Shout out to you, baby mother.
Shout out to you. So I read that you are actually one of 6.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
What was that like growing up with a house of 6? 6 siblings. Oh, my God.
Well, actually, we grew up in New Haven, Connecticut. it was really hard because we grew up like we was less fortunate. My mom had her issues going on, and she wasn't really around that much, and we was kind of raised by my sister, my older sister. So we had to make things happen for ourselves in the house. So while my mom was gone, and my dad wasn't really there too, because he was like more of a street guy. Like he was really in the streets, like drug dealer, running around and women and all that shit. You know what I mean? But for the most part, my sister was like my mom. She made sure that we was good, and I was the oldest boy, so I made sure, everybody else under me was good.
Wow. How did that impact you though, negatively and positively, with your parents not being around?
Well,
much
negatively, it affected me because I was missing like that, that affection, the guidance, and I was trying to look for it from the streets. But I felt myself running in circles and getting into trouble and all types of shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then positively, if it affected me because it kind of led me to like group home, structure environment to where I can, get what I need as a kid and, grow and learn certain things and tools and stuff that help me today.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you ended up in a group home?
Yeah, I ended up in a group home I went to a group home. It was called the Children's Home of Cromwell back in 98. And I stayed there for about 18 months, graduated, completed the program, came back home, started getting back in trouble again. And then I went back for another 18 months. And then I left there in 2000. And it was like a decision, like when I think I was in ninth grade or something like that. It was like, what do you want to do? Your 18 months is about to be up. Do you want to go back home to New Haven, or do you want to go to a group home in Stanford? And I was like, well, I don't want to go back to New Haven because ain't really nothing there for me. I mean, I know my brothers and sisters is there for me, there, but, I think I want to go to Stanford. And then at that time I was, really good in basketball as a ninth grader. And I went to Stanford.
Okay.
Yeah, I went to a group home called the Domus Foundation in Stanford, Connecticut.
Wow.
Yeah.
And what about your other siblings?
My other siblings, they were home, but I always wanted different. I just kind of they kind of dealt with it, like dealt with mom and dealt with the life and whatever and I just wanted more. I wanted better. And I just, not saying that what my mom did her best. I don't take nothing from her. I love her to death. And but I just felt like I needed more structure. I needed more opportunity. And I felt like being in New Haven was no opportunity for me there. There was no room for growth.
Wow. Okay.
So
why did you come back?
So I came back to New Haven after I finished high school. I came back because things didn't work out with my kid's mother. So came back, and then I tried it again, and I went back to Stanford. And then, like I said, she was going back to Texas, and then that didn't work out there when I went out there to go, try to make it work with her out there. And I just flew back to Connecticut once it didn't work, and I ended up back in New Haven.
Oh my, okay.
Yeah.
So with you having 6 siblings, do you feel like, because what do some of them do for a living? Are they because you're a truck driver?
Yeah.
So are they as successful as you? Not so much?
Well, my sister, she has, her and her boyfriend has a couple of Studio Brow stores in Connecticut.
Okay.
She does that, manage those stores. My other sister, she's like a district manager for I think it's Aldi up and down south, North Carolina. And then my other brothers, I got 2 other brothers that have their CDLs, so they are truck drivers too. And then my youngest, well, not my youngest, but my second youngest, he does music and he does art and he just does his own thing, but he's a great dad and he takes care of his family. So I mean, everybody's good for right now.
Do you guys ever compete with careers?
Nah, we're not competitive at all. Actually, like, we just try to support each other, and because we've been through so much, there's no competing. Like, we just want to win. Actually, like, we want the best for each other. Like, we're all close.
I like that.
Yeah,
That's beautiful. No competition.
No, not at all.
We all get into the W in our own way. That's beautiful.
Yes.
What's your relationship like with the little babies' moms?
To be honest, it has ups and downs. There was great times and there were bad times, but for the most part, she's a good mom. I just think that we see differently. We have different beliefs or whatever, and but at the end of the day, she's good. We're good. I have no ill will against her. I love her for who she is, and I love her for being the mother of my children.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what's co-parenting like?
Co-parenting is going pretty well. I get the kids as much as I can, and I get them every weekend, and we spend time and we do activities. We go out, we take walks, like I told you earlier. Co-parenting is pretty well. I mean, it's good.
Okay.
That's about it.
What's your biggest fear being a girl dad?
My biggest fear being a girl dad is I don't ever want to be a grandfather no time soon.
Oh, yeah, of course. Of course, right.
So my biggest fear is them, just meeting some guy and just getting pregnant, like the norm type shit. Like,
yeah.
Like I don't want them to do. I want them to go to college and be successful and make the right decisions.
Absolutely. So. Do you worry about your daughter's safety with the way today's world is versus your son's safety? Definitely. Is it different?
Yeah, I always tell my kid's mom, like, if you ever got my daughter somewhere, like at your, like for instance, their mom house, like just make sure there's no guys over there and make sure there ain't no little boys over there, because little boys be doing the most, around little girls and shit. And I be trying to bring that to the light, but sometimes, at times people don't understand. They don't see it. But
it's true though.
Yeah, it's very true. Like,
and it's scary as
real.
hell.
It's real. So that's my main concern. Like I don't like no boys around my kids, my daughters, and I don't play that.
Yeah, understood. And what way do you worry about your son's safety in today's world?
I worry about his safety because, like I said before earlier, he loves guns, and he's big, tall, black, 6'5".
Wow.
Yeah, and he's only 20 years old, and my biggest fear is him getting pulled over by a police officer and just them taking advantage of him because of the color of his skin.
I hear you. I feel it. So I know that some parents I've seen on like YouTube and TikTok, they actually are coaching their sons on keep your hands on the wheel, you look straight. Do you have that talk with your son?
Yeah, I told him plenty of times, like, hey man, you get pulled over, you make sure you got your hands outside that window where they could see you, or you're in full compliance, because you don't want to get into a debate with a police officer. You don't want to argue. You just want to say yes, sir. So I definitely told him. I always tell him, like, yo, just be polite and be nice, and don't try to feel like you're trying to make them feel dumb, or whatever they ask you to do, just do it.
Yeah.
So yeah, we have those conversations.
Okay. Does it scare you?
Definitely does. And because I've been through that. I've been through a lot of that stuff. Man. Yeah? Yeah.
How'd you handle it?
At times I didn't handle it well. At times I used to get pulled over in New Haven, like, for no reason. And at times I would be like, you know what? Like, why the fuck you pulling me over?
Right.
Like, what the fuck is you pulling? I know what you're pulling me over for. I don't have nothing. So I don't want to give you my registration right now. I don't want to roll my window down. Like, I want your lieutenant. I want somebody to come here. Like, I want you to understand, like, you just can't keep doing this shit to me.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's times I went through that, and it's times where I did get pulled over, and I just dealt with it. Yeah. Even though they, illegally search me, they'll do some crazy shit. They'll like at one time I got pulled over. The dude tried to choke me out, like for no reason.
What?
Yeah. New Haven. For no reason. He said I didn't have a license plate on the front of my car. And
So you
I'm
deserve
like,
to get choked for that?
Yeah, exactly. And like,
Okay.
you know, they searched my vehicle. They did all that crazy shit. And then they also arrested me too for a breach of peace. But I mean, that's life. I mean, that was in the past. You know?
Yeah. Okay. So in what way did you turn your life around in its entirety once fatherhood came about?
I turned my life around in 2019. No, I'm sorry, 2017. It was up in 2000 up until 2017. Like I was still like kind of like in the streets a little bit, but I always knew I wanted to do something. Even when after I, you know, was done with the basketball shit from, you know, back in Texas and the family thing, but 2017 is where I really was like, you know, it's time for a change. Like I got to do something. I got to make something happen because I'm getting older and what I'm doing right here ain't working no more. So that was like when I really kind of started to get shit together.
And what did you decide to do? What
I
career
decided
choice?
to, you know, go to school to get my CDLs.
Okay.
And I called up Nets and I talked to a recruiter and he came out to my mom's house. We sat down and we chopped it up and he was like, "Oh man, you can do this. It's real simple." And I didn't see it like that because I was trying to do it years before that, but you know, you would go to those programs like CT Works and you'll do all these programs and they said they have funding and they really ain't got no funding because they ran out, so they sold you a dream. And it's like, then you go back to the streets, you're trying to, you know, do what you got to do because you're trying to survive or whatever. But I just kind of like, after talking to him, he kind of made it all made sense. He's like, "Man, you got your high school diploma?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "That's all you need." I'm like, "Well, should I have been had that?"
I could have been doing this. Right.
You know, so, yeah, so he got me and he gave me the information and then I got involved and I completed it. And I also got a lot of my friends that I was running around in the streets with, I got them to get their license.
You influence your friends?
Yeah, I influenced them to get their license. I influenced my brother to get his license. I influenced my other younger brother to get his license. I influenced so many different people. And I got friends that influenced me too. So it was, you know, one hand washes the other.
That is beautiful.
Yeah.
So you don't believe in gatekeeping, like...
No.
Like if I'm on, I'm going to tell you how I got on.
Right.
I think that's a problem with our community.
Yeah,
though.
we don't share information.
Wow. I thought I was the only one that really thought that. But
No,
okay.
we don't. We need to share more information. We need to be more, you know, open about things and learning. And
yeah,
it is what it is.
Everyone's so afraid of someone getting to the top faster than them. But I feel like if you help people that want help,
yeah, I
feel like you win in the end. Because when people are genuine that you help, they will come back for you.
Exactly.
If you didn't get to the win yet, they'll bring you along.
That's a fact.
So that's why I believe in helping people too. So I'm glad we mirror that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Definitely, yeah.
Wow. So, okay, if your children grew up, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about the babies.
Yeah.
And they chose a career that you weren't really too keen on. Do you feel like it's okay for parents to deter children from that or let them just learn as they go?
I feel like we should let them learn as they go because at the end of the day, like, that's what they want to do. Well, that's what they want to do. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I feel like we should let them learn as they go and choose where their heart is, what they have their heart is in. Mm-hmm. You know, my daughter from Texas, she wants to be. Well, she told me at one time she wanted to be a veterinarian, and I'm like, cool, that's dope.
Yeah,
like I'm for it.
Yeah,
you know, yeah. I mean, whatever. You got to support your kids. Do whatever they want, as long as it's positive. There's nothing wrong with it.
There's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
But you did mention earlier, you said like you want your girls to go to college. What if that wasn't in the cards for them?
That's fine.
That's fine. Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. It's okay. Everybody, college is not meant for everybody. It's not. Wow. There's people out here that didn't go to college and that's millionaires, billionaires.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you just got to find your niche.
Definitely. Like you found yours.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely. I love that. And shout out to your son. You said he's going to be a nurse.
Yeah, he's going to school to be a
Awesome.
nurse.
I know you're so proud.
I'm proud of him, man. And I'm like, we be having our little back and forth, but that's regular, when you have a son, like, but as long as he got it, I'm happy.
Yeah.
He's healthy and he's focused. So
absolutely. With the way today's world is, with like school shootings and bullying and things like that, do you fear sending the baby girls to school? Do you ever think about that?
Sometimes I think about the bullying, but I always tell my daughter, like, just, be aware of the haters, be aware of the people that's not nice to you, and try to stay far away from them. But as far as like the shootings and everything like that, I think about it sometimes, but I don't think about it like that because it ain't happening in the hood.
Okay. I hear you. I feel you.
This shit ain't happening in the hood. Like, not at King Robinson.
Understood. So hypothetically, though, because the babies are still babies. So when they get older, if they were to get bullied, how would you deal with it?
I would definitely want to talk to the parents and have a conversation with the child too, so the child can see that I'm serious, we're serious, and this is a serious situation, and then hopefully we can get that situation settled. Absolutely.
What's your take on therapy and children?
I think therapy is dope. I've been through a lot of therapy as a kid. Shout out to my therapist, Ed Federici. He was so cool. He was really calm, collective. I went through a lot of therapy sessions with him when I was in that group home I talked about in Cromwell, Connecticut, with my mom, my stepdad, and therapy is beautiful, man, because it gives the child an opportunity to express himself, but a person asking them a question that's not related to them. Because it's not like, oh, Ed is picking my mom's side, or he's he's actually really there for me, and wants to understand where I'm coming from and how I feel. So I think therapy is dope. I think it's necessary.
I love that. Yeah. Are you in therapy now?
No.
Would you ever consider going back?
Of course. I actually hit Ed up on Facebook, and like about a year ago, and I was just like, hey, Ed, I was just thinking about you, and I appreciate you for all the things you did for me and my family. And I was like, do you remember me? He was like, yeah, well, I remember you. I was like, all right, cool. I said, I learned so much from you, and I'm just telling you I appreciate you. And I definitely think it's good.
I love that. Can you tell me what are some of the things you learned in therapy?
I learned how to communicate, how to say what things that were bothering me as a child. I learned how to express myself. I learned how to take accountability at a young age, at a very young age. I was forced to. That's all they was basically trying to get me to do. I was like, all right, I'll do it. You're right.
Yeah.
But those are some of the things I learned through therapy.
Beautiful. What are some of the good memories that you do have from your childhood, and what are some of the not so great memories?
The good memories I have from my childhood is some are like, just being in the town of New Haven, Connecticut, running around from we used to call it like hoods or whatever, the Tray, the Ville, the Tribe, Rockview, the Island. Like I went to damn near every one, but I kind of was accepted everywhere I went because I had family everywhere. But just being a kid, riding bikes, getting into stuff, exploring, learning, getting bruised up or getting into a fight. Even those things, even getting into a fight as a child is a good memory because it made me harder. It made me. It prepared me for who I am today. You know what I mean? So those are some of the good memories. I didn't really have too many good memories as far as with the family because I was really like out the house, like, you know, at a young age, because like I told you, my mom wasn't really around like that.
Yeah.
So, but I made a lot of my own good memories with my cousins, and then just doing what I needed to do for myself outside the house.
I love that. You mentioned that your mom wasn't around as much. With the absence of your mom,
Yeah.
how did that make you feel in relationships? Like, how did you deal with being with women?
Well, I was looking for love and affection from women, like especially my first relationship, but I got hurt. I didn't understand, like, you know, I was kind of like, I got played. Yeah, so I didn't really, what I'm saying is, all right, so being with her kind of like made me understand that you can't put all your eggs in one basket, if that makes any sense. And that was it. Like I was always looking for, like, you know, love or affection, honesty, and somebody to tell me that it's gonna be all right and all this stuff. And you know, you don't find that stuff too much out there, especially at a young age like that. I was young.
Yeah.
But
what's your relationship like now? Like, do you date or no?
Like I said, well, right now I'm going through a divorce, so I'm not dating really like that.
I'm really sorry.
No, it's all good.
Still, I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
How is that?
Don't be sorry. Just be careful.
Oh my God. Oh my God. You heard him, people. Don't be sorry. Just be careful.
Just be careful.
Oh my. So how is that? How is a divorce, separation, whichever? How is that affecting the babies?
I don't think it's affecting the girls too much. I think that people need space.
Right.
I feel like, you know, my programming and what I believe is what I believe.
Yeah.
And I feel like what she believes is what she believes. So I feel like divorce is necessary because if it's meant to be, what is meant to be will be.
I love that.
Yeah, so sometimes you got to let things go. And if it's yours, it's going to come back to you.
I love that.
Yeah.
Say that one more time for the people.
Sometimes you got to let things go. But if it's yours, it's going to come back to you.
Well said.
Yeah.
Well said. So are you still in the home or no? I'm only asking because are the girls a little bit aware of what's going on?
I'm home. They come to my house.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Just wondering.
Yeah.
You mentioned prior about being a kid and playing outside and having that childhood memory. Mm-hmm. Do you feel like in today's world the kids get that anymore?
These kids are crazy outside. I don't think it's none of that shit. I think it's a lot. I see a lot of like the Kia boys. Like when I was that age, we were like basically always on the basketball court trying to make a little bit of money or something like that. Or at the gas station, asking somebody, can I wash your windows for a couple dollars? I don't know what's going on outside right now. These kids are literally driving in circles, hanging out of cars, you know, doing weird shit, and it's just crazy.
It is very crazy.
You know, robbing, shooting each other, it's all unnecessary. You know, so many things they could be doing, and we gotta get some type of order, because only if they knew how bright their future is and how far they can go and what they can be. Like I seen these kids at the gas station over there on State Street. It's a 7-Eleven, and they remind me of myself because they was out there asking for change. And I go to my trunk, I give them a couple of hats and shit, and I say, yo, you know I used to be you, right? And they looking at me like, huh? Because they got the nap beats and they dirty, and I'm like, I feel for them because I was there. But I tell them, like, listen, man, you guys don't even know that you are important, and that right now, if you have a cell phone, you can start blogging your life as a child out here in the streets, because you'll fuck around and go viral because of what you're doing, and you're a child. So know your worth. Like even your situation right here, I say you guys got to start taking advantage of shit. You know, don't do no drugs. I understand that you out here asking for money. but be safe, get your food, or do what you got to do. But I understand you because I was you. But I just try to tell them like, yo, try to take advantage of any opportunity you can. Get your cell phone, create you a TikTok account. Start doing dumb shit. You guys joke around all day. Start, whatever you got to do it, because you just don't know.
Right.
Just because you're right here right now doesn't mean it's over. And that's it. So whenever I see kids out there, I try to talk to them and try to give them some type of
guidance. Speak life into them.
Yeah, speak life into them, because those are my people. Those are my little brothers.
I love that.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
You have a good heart.
Yeah, I try to keep it official.
I see it. That's beautiful. Yeah. So did you have those talks with your older children?
I didn't really have to have those type of talks with them, because, like I said, the mother did a great job.
Right, you did say that.
She held it down. Like, she was not playing about them at all.
Oh, good.
And I'm just so grateful for her, because I used to be, back then I used to be like, damn, Dashawn, like, yo, you're just aggravating, or you be doing too much. But she was doing everything.
Yeah.
She's doing everything she needed to do as a woman, as a Black queen, because, it take us men some time to start, to mature and to be on that type of level mentally. So I couldn't see it. I just wanted to take my son out and put a little chain on him and get him dressed and, do the daddy thing, like, oh, I'm being a father. But she knew what she knew what he needed, like, and I was doing my part, but I was doing what I knew. And I'm just grateful for her, because she knew better.
Right.
Not saying I didn't know better, but she knew better at the right time, because she just, I guess that she experienced so much.
Right.
So her pain and her experiences were different from mine. What the things I deal with and my pain and my experiences, were different too. So we just were two different people. But I appreciate her for being who she was, because I don't think my son will be the man I think he will be a great kid, but I don't know. I just think things would be different if she didn't take him and leave out to Texas.
That is beautiful to give her flowers like that.
Yeah.
I love that.
No doubt. I appreciate that.
I'm sure she appreciates you too.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, we really good friends.
That's good. Mm-hmm. That's real good.
Right.
How is your parenting style different from the little baby's mom?
As far as like what right now?
Yeah, like what does she do different from you? How is your disciplinary factors different from hers, or anything really?
What does she do different from me?
Yeah.
Okay, so her parenting is not bad. She's a great mother, but I'm more like, she's just more strict. Like, she's really strict, which is fine. But sometimes these girls need, like, they need affection. They need to be, they need to be like, sometimes you gotta put the phone down. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's make it about them for a minute. Like, so that was my main thing inside the house. Like, put the phones down. Let's focus on us as a family. And that's all I ever wanted. But some people have different things that they're worried about. And, it is what it is. But I can only speak for myself. I know what I had to do and what I'm doing as a parent. And my goal is to be the best father I can be for those girls and create a structured environment for them right now, and make them the best versions of themselves and teach them the things they need to know, because this world is against them, so that's just my goal right now.
Good goals.
Thanks.
Are you an affectionate dad with your sons just as much as your girls, or the girls get it a little more?
The girls get it a little more, but I'm affectionate with him too. Like, I love him. I'm always giving him hugs and, just trying to, like, when I do see him, show him love, and I get him clothes. I keep him fresh and always tell him he dope and he got style and he's smart, and you know, I'm proud of him. And I want him to be the best version of himself. I want him to be better than me. I mean, he is better than me, but I want him to be, you know, just so much like just everything that I wasn't. You know, and sometimes he don't understand that, you know, because it is what it is, you know, but he'll see it later.
Definitely he'll see it later.
You know?
Do you believe that experience is the best teacher?
Yeah, definitely. I think experience is the best teacher, but like I said, he's got to go through some things in life, and he's got to experience shit. That's it.
Understood. So I have a hypothetical question, and this is for all of your children as a whole, even though the babies are young. If your kids grew up, when they grow up and they start dating or getting more serious with a significant other, if you didn't necessarily approve of that person, would you tell them, or would you let them figure it out on their own?
I'll definitely tell them, but I'm not going to hold your hand through it. You got to experience something. You got to, you know, as long as he ain't, you know, doing the extra shit, then I ain't got no problem.
The extra shit?
Like, you know, beating her up and shit like that.
Yeah, we're not doing that.
No, we're not doing none of that. So, like, I get it. I mean, I just want her, like, she's going to have, like, everybody's going to have a heartbreak. I mean, not everybody, but, you know, people are going to go through shit. It's life.
Yeah.
It's life. Life gonna life, and that's just it. But my job as a father is, when that does happen, is to be her crutch.
Yeah.
And build her back up mentally, emotionally, and all that stuff. So, you know, that's all I'm here for.
I love that.
Yeah.
I really, really do. And if your son was to get his heart broken, how would you tell him to deal with it versus how you would tell your daughters to deal with it? Would it be the same advice or no?
It will kind of be the same, but I'll just basically be more harder on him. Like, you better man up. Like, you the boss. Like, you the man. Like, you know, like, psychologically motivate him and pour into him so he can feel, you know, empowered and feel like that dude. Yeah. Because that's all he really need, because it's just temporarily. It's just a little feeling you going through. Yeah. And if I had that when I was his age, I would have been, you know, I needed that. I didn't have nobody to do that for me. I had to figure shit out like, damn. You know, I ain't have nobody like, man, you that nigga, don't worry about that chick, like, you know, she this, and, you know, I didn't have all that.
So you had to do a lot of self-motivation.
Exactly. Or I had to go to my sister, or, you know, some shit like that.
Oh, wow. I see.
So.
And another hypothetical. If your children, any of them, were to bring home someone they were dating of the same sex, how would you handle that? Would you be okay with it? And this is no judgment.
No, there's no judgment, because now that you say that, is even though my daughter, Sanaya, she has a girlfriend.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, and I approve of it. I met her. I always been supportive for her with that. And it wasn't her mom wasn't supporting it, but I mean, it is what it is. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, like, I love my baby regardless. Like, I don't care if you was dating a motherfucking rabbit. Like, shit, it is what it is. Whatever makes you happy, baby, I'm there. Long as you happy, that's all that matters. So, that's fine. Like, you know, even for my son, if I had a son that was, you know, he wanted to be date, if he was gay or whatever, that's fine. You know what I mean? I'm still gonna love him regardless. I'll probably be real. I'm gonna be real with y'all. I'll be a little fucking upset. Like, damn, what the fuck? I got a son that, but at the end of the day, when the reality sets in, I'm gonna love my son regardless. Whether he's with a man or a woman, it doesn't matter. You know, he's still my son. So, and that's just me being real. Like, I'm gonna feel some type of way, but we're gonna get over it.
We're gonna get through it.
We're gonna get through it.
I really like that. You seem like such a down-to-earth dad. Seriously.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I try to be, you know.
Have you had the sex talk with your daughter and your son? And how was it the same and how was it different? And who was it harder to talk to?
I just tell him to wear condoms. I tell him to stop being so aggressive.
What?
Because at the end of the day, he gonna do what he want to do regardless. I mean, bro, wear a condom. You know, it ain't really too much to talk about.
But did you like ask him, like, "Hey, son, are you doing the do?"
I didn't. No, because we had like a lot of distance between us.
Right.
You know, but when we did talk about it, as far as like if he had a girlfriend and shit, I always tell him like, hey, make sure you're wearing a condom, make sure you protect yourself, and that type of stuff.
Okay. And when you spoke to your oldest daughter about it, how was that?
It wasn't really nothing to talk about because she told me she had a girlfriend, so I was like, all right,
but
cool.
we still have sex.
Right, but I get it, but I get that part, but I'm saying that it kind of made me more, not so like really pouring into on the situation because it was a girl, like she's dating a girl, so it's like I didn't really want to make her uncomfortable, but just kind of support her at the same time. I didn't want to really get into her business like that.
Understood.
Because that's their business.
That's their business, yeah. And it's not easy for dads to talk to their daughters either, so I get it.
Right. But it is what it is. I respect it. I still love her.
Yeah.
I think they dope,
Yeah. What are some of the rewards of fatherhood, and then what are some of the challenges of fatherhood, in your opinion?
The reward of fatherhood is legacy. A challenge is just, protecting them and keeping them focused.
I like that. I like that a lot.
It's her calling me now. She blowing me up.
Oh, okay. Sorry, sweetheart. What are some of your deal breakers? Like, for instance, mine, if Dakota lies to me, I don't want to talk about it. Give me your iPad, give me your phone, unplug the TV, you're done. Yeah. Like, what is the absolute deal breaker in your household with your children?
Don't lie to me.
The same.
I told my daughter, you gotta have a connection with your daughters and your children because, they have to respect you. And I feel like if you lie to me, then it's just gonna create a whole personality, a whole monster for the future. And you got to try to nip it in the bud at a young age and stay on them. Like, it's okay to tell me the truth. I'm not mad at you. And then when they do tell you the truth, you kind of teach them, right from wrong about whatever they was lying about. That's it.
Okay. What's your take on physical discipline?
All right, so I'm not big on, like, I ain't gonna lie, I beat my son back in the days because he was wild and disrespecting me. I popped him a couple times with a belt. And I'm not proud of that, but he remembered that ass whooping. And he tell me, like, Dad, like, you whooped my ass that day. And that was the only ass whooping I ever needed. That was one time. And he never forgot it.
Wow.
And as far as the girls, I don't put my hands on them. I'll sometimes I'll get a belt to try to scare them and shit.
Yeah.
Like if they were like, if not Callie, but Coy, the young one, because the youngest one is the craziest one. But sometimes you'll grab a belt if she's just doing too much, but I will never that'll just show authority because that's all you really need to do. I'm already 6'5". I'm a big dude. They respect me. They get it. But sometimes you gotta do that little thing just to show, hey, I'm not playing.
Yeah.
Because they will challenge you.
Of course.
They're gonna challenge you until they feel like, okay, it's enough. Retreat. I'm out.
Yeah. Abort mission.
Abort mission. That's all I really want at the end of the day. But as far as I would never hit them. I never did, and I just feel like it's unnecessary. I feel like I can mentally connect with my daughters for them to understand what they need to be doing and where they was wrong and to take accountability.
Yeah.
I just told I had this conversation with my daughter last week. She did something in the class and she was saying something bad about her teacher. And once we got in the car, after I talked to her teacher, and she told me what happened, we got in the car, and I said, listen, what is taking accountability? She said, taking accountability is when you do something bad, you admit what you do, and you apologize from it, you learn from it. I said, good job, Callie. I said, what are you going to do next time that happens? As far as what happened with the teacher. She said, I'm going to take accountability, and I'm going to learn from my mistake. I said, okay. And that's all I really want at the end of the day. Because if you don't teach these kids how to take accountability, they're going to have a lot of problems out here in their marriages, in the world and in the school, day-to-day life, accountability is the most important thing I think you can teach a young child, is to take it because it's important.
Definitely. Well said, Dad.
Yeah.
So I'm enjoying this interview, by the way. That's why I keep smiling at you.
Word.
Seriously, because you're doing phenomenal. I love the way you are with your girls. I think it's beautiful.
I appreciate it.
Absolutely. So were you honest with your children about your upbringing or no?
Yeah, my older children, they know about my upbringing, but my young ones, they don't know anything.
Would you tell them when they get older, or?
Of course, yeah. I can't wait to tell them how far Daddy came.
Really?
Yeah, my sacrifices and everything I believed in and what I worked for, because I'm doing this for them.
Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna continue to bust my ass, work hard every day, and leave them everything they need to have, and my grandchildren, and whenever they have them, and that's what it's about, because it ain't about money. It ain't about, cars and all the bullshit. It's about family and morals and things like that, and where you come from. And, if Daddy was a good man, if you're a good father and you doing what you got to do, them kids gonna know, and they gonna want that in their husband, especially the girls, and they gonna want a father like you, like their father. So, I just feel like my role is so important right now, and I got to show up. I have to show up. I have no choice.
Yeah.
So hopefully my son can find a wife like his mother.
Oh, that was sweet.
Yeah.
That was super sweet.
He might not like her, but he's going to appreciate it.
Absolutely. Oh my gosh. Tell me, what's your take on child support?
I feel like child support, it's unnecessary. I feel like it has the people, I call them the people, but just all in the business, and I just feel like it's so unnecessary. I just feel like if you got a man, because we nobody's rich out here, nobody got it like that. But if he's showing up, if he's being there, he's being the father. He's helping you. He's doing the best he can do. I feel like child support is unnecessary. It ain't really that much money anyway, as far as that. But if you got a deadbeat dude that ain't doing nothing for you, and he just out here, not being a father and all that shit, then yeah, go put him on child support. But if you got somebody with some morals and somebody that cares about, the children, and he's around and he's trying his best, but he ain't got that much of money, and he's working at McDonald's, or he's doing some, he's trying to live, he's trying to survive, I think it's unnecessary, because it's only going to make his life harder.
Understood. Well said. I agree, 100%.
It'll make everything, worse for him, So I just feel like, it's levels to it.
I agree. Definitely. So you told me, obviously, we spoke earlier, you said you're not with the older children's mom, and right now you're going through a divorce.
Right.
How do you feel about dating? How did you feel when your oldest child's mother brought another man around the kids? If she did, I'm just asking.
I was always willing to accept whoever he was. I met one of her. Did I meet him? I think I met him. Yeah, I forgot. It was back in the days. But as long as he's good, I have no problem. I never was the jealous type of another man being around my kids, because I'm a good father. I ain't have to worry about nobody saying, I'm your daddy, or, your daddy ain't this, or none of that shit. It was always love. It was times where I went to Texas and I stayed, while I was married at my baby mother house. And we had that type of relationship, literally, yeah, she'd be out with her boyfriend, and I'll be there at her house with the kids while I'm down there for the weekend. Wow. And yeah, that's what was happening. But as long as he's being a good step parent, or whatever the title is, I'm fine. It is what it is.
Okay. And the same goes for this situation as well. If
if
it isn't
was
rectified.
to get to that, like, I got to meet the man first.
For sure.
And he's got to be, I got to make sure he's good because it's all types of shit going on out here.
Mm-hmm.
But as long as you're good to my daughters and there's no issue, you know what I mean? I don't care about none of that.
You're so open-minded.
Yeah.
Seriously. So what's your relationship like now with your mom and your stepdad?
All right, my stepfather passed away.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he's not here. He passed away years ago. And I do miss him, and I wish he was here.
I'm really sorry about that.
I appreciate it. But my mom, our relationship is good right now. I just was with her today. We went out for pizza. I took her to Moderns, and I just wanted to get her out the house. I told her I was supposed to bring her to Boston to go visit my brother, but we didn't do that. But I told her I was coming to get her. We're gonna go on a little date or whatever. Take her out for pizza, and we just enjoyed our time. And I'm building a strong relation. I'm building a relationship, because I ain't gonna lie. It was times in my life where I had resentment against her. Like I felt like sometimes she abandoned me. I felt like she abandoned us. But at the end of the day, like, our mamas go through so much, and they can't even help it. So it's not her fault. You got to charge it to the game. It's just part of it. You know what I mean? So just thinking about it, it kind of get me kind of a little emotional because we've been through so much. And, people don't understand, they don't understand me. I have experiences where, people have their opinions about my relationship with my mother, but you don't know. That's my mother. You don't know what we've been through, as a mother and son and a mother with the family and stuff like that. So today our relationship is good, and I love her, and I'm grateful for her because she's my maker.
You're going to make me cry.
No, don't cry.
That's beautiful. To know that you believe in redemption and forgiveness.
Yeah, you have to, because that's a part of, that's a part of life. You have to forgive. You have to, because who am I?
Who am I?
Yeah, exactly.
And what's her relationship like with your other siblings?
It's going well.
Good.
My sister, she got a great relationship with my sister Sedalia, and it's going well. I mean, we just threw a party for her. She just turned 60.
She did?
Yeah.
Oh, bless her.
Yeah, and she got this long gray hair. It's real long. It's so natural, but it's really all white, but she looks so godly.
She looks so godly.
Yeah, I love it. I told her she looked beautiful today.
I love that.
Yeah.
So your family, is safe to say you guys are close-knit.
Yeah,
and you guys got through it.
I mean, we're working through it. It's always a process.
Yes.
We're not sitting here. I'm not sitting here saying that we
the Huxtables.
Yeah, we far from that shit. We working to come back together, and just by us being there, throwing that party for her 60th is, like I told everybody, I was like, yo, this is. I'm so happy we did this because we all needed this.
Yes.
We lost an aunt. That affected the family major. One of my cousins had a situation that affected the family major. So we need to come back together and start rebuilding.
Yeah.
Because family is everything. Family
is everything. And love.
Right. Love is important.
That's beautiful. I'm so happy. This is giving me such butterflies, honestly.
That's what's up.
Absolutely. So tell me, if you can change anything about your childhood or any decision that you made throughout the boy version of you, the man version of you, anything you can change, what would it be?
Nothing.
Nothing?
Because I'm proud of who I am today.
And if you change anything, you wouldn't be.
I will change. I will wish that, if I can change, I will wish that my dad and my mom, really were, more focused.
Okay.
As parents. But at the end of the day, it's just a thought.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But that's because, and if they were more focused as parents, then the whole house we would have been raised differently.
Yeah.
But that's just a thought in my head because, it is what it is. So, but I'm grateful for my life and the things I've been through and the things I experienced because it made me who I am today.
Absolutely.
It made me sharp.
Yeah.
So.
the relationship with your biological father?
That was, I wish that relationship would have been, more better, but he was really in the streets. Like, he was a real street guy.
So you don't talk to him now?
He passed away.
Oh, he did too? I didn't know.
I'm sorry. Yeah, he passed away back, I think it was like 2005 or something like that.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah. I apologize. I didn't know.
No, it's all good. It's all good. But I wish I did have a relationship with him. And it's crazy because I just seen his oldest daughter, which is my sister, Angie. I always go by the block, where she be at, and she, she's kind of like a reflection, not talking about her because I love her. That's still my sister.
Yeah.
But I always know where she at, and I can always find her.
I see what you mean.
What I'm saying? So I pulled up on her, like, gave her a hug and shit, and she was just so, like, happy to see me, like, oh my God, it's my brother, like, everybody, like, and that's what it's about, because at the end of the day, tomorrow's not promised. So I thought about her, and I pulled up on her, and because I was thinking about my dad, and at the end of the day, like, I feel like he's still watching over me. He's guiding us, so maybe he sent me over there to go check on her.
Probably so.
Yeah,
So you have your guardian angel.
Yeah.
That's
I believe
dope.
in that.
You believe in God?
I believe in God, I believe in angels, and I believe in numbers.
Angel numbers?
Yeah.
So you're in tune with manifestation and divine timing?
Right.
What's your favorite angel number?
444.
Me too.
Yeah, I have it tattooed on me. I think it's important. I feel like, in my life where I'm at today, every time I see a number, I see that number, I'm in thought. And it always gives me reassurance.
Yes.
It gives me, like, you're in the right place at the right time. You are here.
Yes.
It's just, you got to keep following it and keep believing.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
That just made me smile even more. It really did, because you don't really get to meet a lot of people that are in tune. It's like we're like hidden gems around the world.
We're hidden gems.
See, you get it.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Definitely.
So I do have one more question I'd like to ask you.
Mm-hmm.
But before I do, I wanted to tell you, I definitely enjoyed talking to you.
Appreciate it. I enjoy talking to you too.
Really?
Yeah, you're very smart.
Thank you.
Very beautiful.
Thank you so much.
Right.
I really appreciate
No doubt.
that. I think you're a phenomenal father, and I think your children should be so proud to call you dad.
I appreciate it.
Absolutely. So before we wrap, I need to know, tell me 5 things that you feel, in your opinion, make up a great father.
Time, understanding, patience, and you need to be there. And there's one more, affection.
Affection.
Yeah, you gotta give them girls affection. You gotta give them boys affection too, because we all need it. They all need it. I experienced. I was that.
Yeah.
So.
Well said, Dad. Yeah. Thank you so much for taking the time to sit with me today. I really, really appreciate you.
Appreciate you too.
Absolutely.
It was nice meeting you.
Likewise.
No doubt.
Well, everyone, that's a wrap for Parental Vision Podcast. Once again, I'm your host, Tiana Caprice. Until next time, bye.